Keep it cool this Halloween with these fun icy options. The first thing I'm gonna make are icy eyeballs. These are so neat. And for these, you need these, which are called lychee fruit. Sometimes they're called lychee nut. They're available in your grocery store. They're usually canned, and you can sometimes find them in like the international food section. So we're gonna take one of these, and I've got some pupils here, some maraschino cherries. And I'm gonna take the maraschino cherries and pop them in. The nice thing about the lychees is they already have the hole inside of them, so you can just pop your maraschino cherry right in there, and it looks just like a creepy monster eye. And then here I've got a pan. I'm gonna stick these in the freezer. I've got some right here that are already frozen, so you can see what these look like. And the great thing about these is they float, so you can put them in your drinks and they're edible, and they just look so super creepy. Look at them. Ooh. This is such a cool option. Another great icy option is this creepy floating hand. And this is so easy to do. You can slide this and put it in any punch bowl. It's gonna float and it's gonna be so creepy and gruesome. Your guests are gonna totally freak out. So what you need for this is you need a latex glove. And what I did is I just washed it out to make sure I got all the powder out of it so it was nice and clean. So once you've got this, you take some water with food coloring, and the thing you want to make sure of is you want to make sure that you make it nice and dark, because as it freezes it actually lightens up and you want your color to really pop. You just want to hold it open, and then you're going to just pour it right into your hand. You want to make sure you don't fill it all the way to the top, because then your glove is actually going to break when it freezes. I think that's about right. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a twisty tie and I'm going to really tighten it up. You want to make sure it's nice and tight so when you lay it down, the water doesn't come pouring out of the side. Just to show you, I actually have a frozen one right here. This one I just left in the freezer until it froze, and now I'm going to take off the latex glove. It's not super easy to take this off, so you want to have a little pair of scissors around. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of latex off, like this. You can see the hand sort of starting to unfold here. Ooh. And there we go. Look at that. Ooh, imagine this floating in your punch. It's so creepy. And last but not least, we have this frozen army of insects. This is such a cool idea for your punch bowl. It'll totally gross out your guests, and it's super easy. What you do is you want to start out with some sort of baking form. I'm using a ring mold, and then I've got some colored water here, and I'm just gonna pour it in like this to the form. Perfect, it's about right. And then I've got all of these creepy, crawly insects and bats and rats. Look how gross. And you're just gonna pop these right in, and I pre-rinsed these so that I could get off any sort of gook that was in them. So I'm just gonna pop them in there, and you can put them however you'd like. Oh, these are so gross. Look at the scorpions, they're so scary. So now I've got my critters in there. I'm gonna put this in the freezer, and once it freezes, it looks sort of like this. I've got a little frozen one here, and look, I've got tarantulas sticking out of it. Oh, it's so super gross. And then to get this out, you're gonna do the same thing you would with a Jell-O mold. You may have to actually dip this into a little bit of water. Warm water. Ooh, the sizzle means it's working. Okay, so here you go. You've got to put it in a little bit of hot water just to kind of loosen it up. And then I've got a little plate over here. And I'm just gonna flip it over. Like that. And there you've got your ring. This is such a cool icy option.